Hi guys, Bling Bling Bob here from huntshootoffroad.com, and today we're going to install a oil catch can into a 2013 Toyota Hilux. It's not going to change much between the different vehicles. This is a Direction Plus kit. It's very popular. Most of the big diesel companies, TJM, I think ARB and the likes of them, all those types of guys, they all install this kit. And this one is, the distributor is Diesel Distribution.com.au, and I bought this one myself, and this is all. I'll show you all the parts it comes with, and then we'll get into the installation of it. So, all right, comes with a couple of stickers, the really good spring hose clamps. This is actually part of the new kit. They changed the old screw style hose clamps. There is also a drip valve there. You'll see that later. There, I don't know if it's going to come with this, but there is also a ball valve there as well. I'm going to go with the drip valve just because it's lighter. It's not going to bang around on the inside of the engine bay. A couple of zip ties, a downsizing hose fitting there, and some stainless steel bolts. It's always good when they come through as stainless steel parts. Stainless steel clamp to hold the oil catch can or the oil separator there, and some pretty good instructions with some coloured pictures. That's always nice as well. I've got a bit of an invoice there as well. It does come with a couple of stickers to let you know when you need to change the filter in the catch can. And then there's 3 hoses there because you will use the existing ones in the car, and these are the ones you'll use to add the catch can to the vehicle. So we'll go ahead now and we'll start to assemble the catch can prior to installing it into the engine bay, and you'll see how easy that is. Now, Direction Plus do kits for all the different turbo diesel cars, whether it's a Triton, Nissan Navara, Rodeo, all those different vehicles. So just look them up and you'll get whatever kit you require. Alright, so we're just going to quickly assemble the catch can to the bracket with the hose before we start. So we'll just quickly grab these spring hose clamps. Now I said that these are good hose clamps. The reason that these are good hose clamps is because they always maintain pressure. So even as the hose gets old and perishes, these will continue to tighten, whereas a screw type will just hold whatever pressure is on it, and so it can potentially come loose unless you get in there and do some maintenance. So obviously always pre-check's always good, but these types of things can be easily missed. So let's quickly put this last one on here. So what we'll do is we'll get this barb fitting. Now, the beauty of the way this has been assembled is you actually screw it in to loosen it, which means it can't fall off. So that's one of the fantastic features about the way they've designed this product. But I might just screw it in so we can push it in by the head there. It's probably going to be a lot harder to do on camera than I would like, and of course it is. I'll just give myself a bit of room by moving this hose clamp down a bit further. I might finish that up off screen just to save a bit of time, and we'll put this one on here. As you can see, that one is fits on a lot easier. Just move the hose clamp back over the barb on the fitting. Let that tighten back up. Now what happens here is there's actually a rubber seal around this hole, and you want to line that up with the flat side of the clamp. So we'll put that on there. We'll chuck a nut with a washer as per the instructions. It comes with nylock nuts. I like nylock nuts. They're pretty reliable. I don't think I've ever had them come loose on me. Sort of, I guess, a similar theory to the spring washer, except they do actually recommend that you only use a nylock nut once, but everyone reuses them, so I guess it doesn't really prove a point. And I've just got 2 13mm spanners. Fortunately, this one's like a socket one, whatever you call them. I wouldn't over tighten it. It is only a type of plastic and you don't want to crack it. And there is obviously that rubber seal to take up the gap, so it's not like you have to be super aggressive with it. Alright, easy as that. Alright, so before we go any further, I've unscrewed the bolts off the engine cover. I'm not going to show you how to do that. If you don't know how to do that, then you shouldn't be doing this job. So we'll just take that off, put that aside, and I'll just show you what we're going to do. And I'll do this off camera just because of how deep into the engine bay it is. But I'll just grab the camera. And what we're going to do is we need to remove this fixed hose up the back here, which is on this flexible hose here. And that connects down the bottom there to another flexible hose. So there is one bolt which is up the back there. I don't know if it's going a bit dark with my hand there. One bolt just up the back there. You need to undo that to be able to remove that. Right, I've removed the 12mm nut from here. Just going to see if I can easily remove this. Okay, the top one has removed itself and the bottom one has removed itself. Okay, this part here, this rubber hose does need to come off, but you need to leave the other end, leave that attached to the vehicle down there. I'll just quickly point to it. This one here, so that's the reducer. Okay, before you start doing anything else, just put a plastic bag or a rag over that inlet pipe on the turbo. You don't want to suck anything into your turbo unnecessarily. Okay, before I feed this down, we'll just make sure we wind out the drip hose. Remember that winding it out is what actually stops it from dripping. And it's important that you do this because it is illegal to continuously drip oil on the road. So we've got to make sure that we put it in the closed position, which is this open location. Now we'll feed that down through the engine bay. Important to note, you want to make sure you avoid all suspension components, steering and exhaust. And I'll get under there later and I'll zip tie that, but there's plenty of room down there, at least in this vehicle. And we'll go ahead and we will install these bolts into the existing fixed nuts that Toyota loves to install all over the vehicle, which is a good thing for us guys wanting to do these things ourselves. That one's not playing ball. There is a bit of paint in there, so let's see if we can be careful. You don't want to strip these nuts. That one's in there fine now. Do this last one. So that was a 13mm and this one is a 10mm. And alright, I'll go grab the next hose and we'll get underway with the next part. We're going to install the 16mm hose clamp onto this inlet on the rocker cover. And this is the medium size hose. So it's not too difficult to install, but trying to film it and show you guys what to do doesn't make it very easy. Okay, so that's on now. So I'll get my pliers in there and compress that. Can't even see the pliers. A little bit of messing around, but you get the point to make sure you put that back on. Okay, so we've hooked the 16mm up to the rocker cover. This is the, and then this is going to go now to the catch can. So I'll just route that under that air conditioning pipe, fit that onto the catch can, and install the hose clamp, and that's it. And we can start now on the intake side of the system. So we're just going to remove the cover. I'm going to try and get this hose clamp down over the reducer. And while that's on there, we'll try and slip the other reducer into the and that's it. I'll move that hose clamp in a bit. So once again, put the already got the hose clamp over there. Push that one down. This is the 20mm hose, which is the biggest of the three. Push that over that one, and I'll just relocate the camera, and we'll put that last hose back onto the catch can. Now I strategically tried to place these hose clamps so I could actually get to them after I'd installed the hose. So just be mindful of that. And that's it, guys. I'll just give you a bit of a look through the engine bay there. So we got the catch can mounted here on the wall of the car. Catch can all installed, hose going down the bottom. The 16mm going to the rocket cover up in here. The top one, the 20mm, going down onto the top of the turbo. And that's about it. I probably took about 2 hours to do this whilst trying to film, but you could probably easily knock this over in under an hour if you have any kind of mechanical skills. And look, if you're not up to the task, any mechanic will install this, no problems. But certainly for the DIY, you could easily do this yourself. Alright guys, until next time, I'll catch you later.